Well, guys, we've done our job. And now it's over to Wolves. Come on, Wolves. Please, please, please help us out. Go to the Etihad, get a draw, get a win, whatever. Just take points from City, please, because I can't take this. I think we're gonna win against United and Everton. We're gonna win all of our games at the end here. Okay, it's gonna happen, right? And we just need City just slip up, please. If there are football gods out there, please just. Oh, I can't take this. It's so stressful. We've done our job today. Incredible performance from the boys. We deserve the title. Or do we? I mean, it's so difficult to say you deserve something. If you deserve something, you will get it. And City have the ability to get more points than us. I know. I understand that. But it's just the way we're playing. And I'm getting too emotional about it. I've got to put my realist hat on. It's obviously still up to City. If they win their games, it's not in our control. But all we can do is our job, and we've done that job very well today with a 3-0 win against Bournemouth. Declan Rice balling out, man of the match for sure. But I do have some opinions to share. We've, of course, had quite a few controversial moments in the game. The first one being a potential red card for Christie. He has gone in above the ball, stud showing onto Saka's upper shin knee area. For me, 100%, that should be a red card. I don't understand how, one, VAR can look at that and say, no red card, and two, how they can look at that and say, no yellow card. Now, I think if I'm correct in saying that VAR can only give reds, they can't give yellows, I believe. So if that's the case, then fine. But it's kind of scary. The thing is, it's happened against Wolves with Kilman, I think it was. It happened with Jackson against Chelsea. We're seeing this very recently in consecutive games, effectively, against Arsenal. So it's very fresh in my brain that my players, my beloved Arsenal players, are getting studded and there's no punishment for it. And that's the scary thing. I can look past one or two, but it's... No, I can't. You can't, because there's literally a tool that we're using to watch the replays. I don't understand how Christie has made it to the end of the game without being sent off. At least 4 or 5 yellow card offence. Okay, maybe not offences, I mean. Maybe not 5, but for sure, he's lucky to be on the pitch after that challenge. So that's the first controversial thing out of the way. For me, Bournemouth should have been down to 10 men. Simple as that. The Havertz penalty. Soft, very soft. And this isn't just a Havertz thing, of course. We are seeing this a lot. Harry Kane did it and still does it and did it very well. Very clever. There are some other players out there. I can't think of every example right now, but the way they leave their leg in. So for me, at least on this occasion, Havertz could have just rounded the keeper and scored. I'm not quite sure what's made him go down like that. I'm going to sneeze. Not now. That's staying in. This is a one-take live thing. Oh my God, hay fever season. So for him to go down in that situation is just weird to me anyway. But it is still a penalty. I think anywhere else on the pitch that there is contact on his foot whilst it's soft. I think they've got it right. But then again, I'm an Arsenal fan, so it's easy to say that. It's clever play, but it's wrong. And it shouldn't be in the game. So I will sit here and say, obviously, I'm glad that happened because it got us the 1-0 lead. And we were so desperately looking for that first goal and it just wasn't happening. But if you sit back and view this as a footballing issue, obviously we don't want simulation. I'm not saying that he's dived. That isn't the word. He hasn't dived, because dive to me is no contact and you've fallen. Okay, that's a dive. This is smart diving. He has felt contact because he's forced the contact. You know, he was always going to wait for that slight bit of contact and go down, which to me, it's a mentality thing as well. Mate, go around the keeper and score. Not so sure about that. And then, of course, the other controversial moment was the Bournemouth goal. I think I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and a lot of people say, well, you're going to say that because you're an Arsenal fan. But for me, it's the correct decision to rule it out because Solanke has pushed Raya very gently, although it's a thing. He's done it. If Solanke didn't do what he did, Raya would have cleared the ball. He would have punched it. He would have got a full contact punch on it. And for me, that's enough of a reason to then give a foul. But again, massively soft. We see Ben White week in, week out, basically doing the exact same thing. So I can understand both sides of the argument, but I also understand technically, upon reviewing it, they can't necessarily give it because there is a foul. And if you watch the replay slowly and carefully, if you look at Solanke's behaviour and where he's looking, he doesn't look at the ball once. His eyes are on Raya, and he goes in and gives him a little shoulder barge, a little nudge, and that then pushes Raya out of control a little bit. And it is soft. It is. And I think I would probably be upset if that happened against us. So I can see both sides to it. But I think technically there is a foul there. I don't know, really difficult. And I feel for Bournemouth because they're a really good side. I think they're on for a record-breaking season, right? With the most points they've ever got. So fair play to them. Their manager's fantastic. Really like him. Obviously, close friends, Mikel Arteta and Iraola. It's a bit of a weird one to say. There's pictures of them as kids, effectively, in a football team. So they know each other well, and they've both completed a full life circle, and now they're here, Premier League managers. They're set up well. They've got some good players in there. And a 3-0 loss is harsh, but it helps us massively. Trossard, better than Martinelli? I think so. I think, again, maybe some people are going to disagree with me and hate on me. I've said it quite a few times, and I firmly believe it still. I don't think Martinelli's ever really going to fully make it. I really don't. At Arsenal, I mean, he's a superb footballer. I know that. But something really bothers me, and actually I tweeted it. Let me just jump over to my Twitter here. This is an issue for me. This is what you see with Martinelli every time. Now, of course, he is going to look down at least once or twice when dribbling with the ball just to make sure where the ball is. If you haven't played football, you won't know that. You obviously will want to check where the ball is, and it's quite a natural thing to do. But the majority of those moments, professional footballers can have their head up. They know where the ball is. They know that they're in control of it. They know where the goal is, but they'll keep their head up. They scan and they look for options, or they go for the shot, whatever. Martinelli does this too much. And that, I think, is why Trossard has stepped in and done so well, because he's scoring crucial goals. He got the second goal, which I think put the game to bed effectively, although the disallowed Bournemouth goal might have changed things a lot. But Martinelli comes on in the last minute, and that's where I got that image from. The run in behind, the timing of the run, the pace, and of course, last season being our top scorer, he's a player. He's an absolute player, but he will not make it at Arsenal. I'm telling you, Arteta will be talking about it today with his staff, and maybe he'll talk to Martinelli about it again. Stop running with your head down, dude. You're going to lose your position permanently, and I think right now, Trossard absolutely deserves to start ahead of him. And just behind him, of course, we've got Rice in this number 8 role. With Partey playing in that number 6 role, or Jorginho before that, Rice has been allowed to get forward and play a much more adventurous role for Arsenal. And he talked about it in an interview before the game. He's aiming for 10 assists. He's very close, I believe. Let me have a look. It was another assist today. Declan Rice. So he's got 7 goals, 8 assists. That is incredible for a quote-unquote DM. Obviously, at West Ham, he was seen as a pure number 6. I know he would sometimes get forward, but at Arsenal, he's a completely different animal. And I think it shifts the plan a little bit for us in the summer, because if Partey is leaving, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment because there's stuff to talk about there. If Rice is the new number 8, are the reports of Bruno Guimaraes true? Zubimendi? They are number 6s, definitely more DM-focused players. And I think Rice might actually have unlocked something here. I actually think I prefer him as an 8 now. But of course, he does the job so well, whether he's playing DM or not. So it doesn't necessarily matter. But seeing him get in this area of the pitch all the time, he makes those little overlaps here. And Obviously, he picked out his goal at the end. Everyone was jogging at the end, and he busts his gut to get in the box. He gets the ball off Jesus and slams it home. He's just an elite player with one hell of an engine. I love him. He, for me, is the signing of the season. If we win the Premier League, there's no doubt about it. How do you determine a signing of the season? Value comes into it, of course, the amount that you pay for a player. But I think more importantly, it's how they elevate a squad. You look at Palmer and Chelsea. A lot of people are going to say Palmer was the signing of the season. But what have Chelsea achieved by having Palmer? Avoided relegation? His goals have literally got them where they are. So there's that value, okay? But then you're looking at potentially a team like Arsenal who just couldn't get that final push at the end of last season. They've signed Declan Rice and then go on to win the title. That is a huge elevation. And of course, he's just scoring and assisting and defending well, attacking well. He's the overall package. And I think it's undeniable if Arsenal win the league, the biggest acquisition in the summer that helped that is Declan Rice. It is as simple as that. Havertz being another summer signing that's absolutely blown my expectations out of the water. I expected a decent amount when we signed him. And of course, he went on a really long run of form where he wasn't giving enough. He was playing in that number 8 role. At number 9, since the turn of the year, he needs to go back to Dubai again. He has been effectively our best striker that we've had in years. And he is horrible to play against, isn't he? You know that Zabarnyi and Senesi after the game are going, I didn't like that. I hated that. But let's quickly talk about Partey at the end of the video here, because what we're seeing is Ødegaard, Partey and Rice playing together a couple of times in a row now. And we're seeing, I think, our best midfield 3 since probably the Invincibles era. I'm not overstating that. And I'm talking, we went with, okay, maybe Coquelin is a bit of a stretch, but when we had Coquelin, Cazorla, Ramsey, that was good. In recent years when we had maybe a Mesut Ozil and okay, but Rice, Partey, Ødegaard, in terms of that midfield 3, so you got Partey, Rice, Ødegaard slightly higher up. I want to go ahead and say it's probably the best midfield 3 in the league. But Partey hasn't been able to stay fit. So this is my question to you guys. If Partey finishes this season in this form, he's doing really well right now. If he stays fit and we win the title and all of this great stuff, or even if we don't win the title but we finish winning all of our games and he continues this great form and stays fit, if he then stays fit for the summer, does well in pre-season, why not hold on to him? Go again. Go again with that. It's unbelievably good. But of course, we spent the majority of this season without him, and everyone kind of accepted, including me, Partey isn't part of the plan anymore. It's difficult to argue, though. He's come in and he has been brilliant. Oh, and also Gabriel's goal. I haven't seen it. Obviously, it was offside, but I haven't seen it again. Did it come off his shin? I saw it live and absolutely lost it. And I didn't even contemplate watching the replay for some reason. I just completely lost it. What a finish. And then I saw it was offside and wanted to cry. Some people are saying it hit his shin. But either way, guys, a fantastic result. 3-0. And of course, here is the table. We're praying. Villa. Wolves, please. Please do it for me. Please, 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 please.